Because once it starts to hear the external world, starts to hear people, it's going to wonder, what's outside of why am I in here? What's outside? So the baby will force its way out of the mother. It's the same with our minds, as above, so below. When our minds figure out that there are other realms beyond this world, we will seek a way out. This is the womb, the Mother Earth, Mother Nature. It's the mother. We're in the womb. We can be born out of this world, which is being born again in the Bible. When you are doomed, you are domed under the dome, under the firmament, the firm mind. The firm mind will keep you under the firmament. Due to the law of polarity, there has to be other realms. There has to be. Because the law of polarity works in this world, and it will work on every scale possible. It's universal laws. These are universal laws. The law of polarity means that there are other realms polarizing this realm. There is a hell, there is a heaven. There is a midpoint, which is Midgard, which is the one we are in now. Earth, heart. Earth is the heart. Heart is the center. Good and bad. The balance between good and bad. Your reality is your level of realization. Your mind realizes other worlds, you will seek a way to them worlds. It's that simple. The soul trap is to keep you stuck in this physical body, which is the earth. This body is the earth. It's running the program, like I said at the beginning. It's running the simulation that your consciousness is experiencing. You are an electromagnetic being, and you're hidden in a cage, your rib cage, and you're stuck in cells, a prison cells. Look, you're in cells. We produce electromagnetic energy. Your soul produces this energy. And by trapping your consciousness inside of this physical realm, they harness this energy within the astral realms. They're using you to manifest demons, because your mind creates demons through emotions and mental thought energy, which is a whole nother video. I can make a video on that. You're manifesting everything for them because they're trying to create a hive mind. This is why they want everyone to believe in one belief system, one government, one belief system, one religion, because they're creating a hive mind. This hive mind will manifest and be summoned within the astral planes, because the mind manifests the astral plane. The astral plane is the realm of imagination. The mental plane is the realm of just thought alone. The etheric plane is the energy. The physical plane is the matter. So all of our minds together are manifesting these demons within these subconscious realms, the astral. Now, how are they keeping you stuck to this realm? Well, when you die and you're stuck in your lower three chakras, okay, when your mind and soul detaches from the body, which is the earth, when you leave the earth, you're still going to have these mental addictions to the food, the sex, the materialism, the phone, the cigarettes, everything. This is why they get you addicted to everything possible. The TikTok, the YouTube, they get you addicted to as many things possible, because when your mind is addicted to these things, and when this mind leaves the physical body, you're still gonna have these addictions. Okay? You're still gonna have these thoughts, and you will be manifested into the lower astral realms because you're thinking materialistic, you're thinking negative, because your level of realization was your reality. You are manifesting hell on the earth. When you leave the body, you're going to manifest hell in the astral planes, which means you'll be vibrating on the very low, which will put you in the lower astral realms. So guess what? You're going to come back. You're going to come back into materialism. You're going to reincarnate. Because you haven't prepared for life after death. You must detach from the external world. Okay? Moon is mind. The sun is the soul. The earth is the body. The moon is the mind. This is why we say lunatic. In your mind, you have a specific mood. Moon. Money, M-O-N, is the moon. Money exists in the mind. They get you addicted to the money. The Bible's telling you this. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's telling you. Of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Who knew that the Bible was this deep? Matthew 16:26, what good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? James 4:4, don't you know that friendship with this world means enmity against God? Therefore, anyone who chooses to be a friend of this world, of the world, becomes an enemy of God. John 4:4, dear children are from God and have overcome them, because the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. It's talking about the invisible intelligence. It's greater than the physical world. John 2:15, do not love this world, nor the things it offers you. Because this world will create you to, if your mind has attachments to what this world offers, sex, money, and power, pretty much, you will reincarnate here. You will come back here. Because when you leave the body, your mind will still have these addictions. Do not love the world, nor the things it has to offer you. All of this is in my newly published book. The paperback versions are now available. Finally, for all the people who have been waiting, the Book of Wisdom. All of this knowledge is inside of the Book of Wisdom. The paperbacks are available. There's worldwide shipping. You can get it anywhere, pretty much, any country. My new website, it's amazing. There's going to be some amazing products coming on the new website. But I thank you all for the support. Before I leave, I need to explain what is going on with the soul trap. Like I said at the beginning, the mind's the bridge between the soul and the body. The body's the realm. By tricking your mind with false knowledge, they are keeping your soul stuck to this realm. They get you addicted to all the physical things, and that is it. As soon as you're addicted and you die, you're going to come back. So by tricking your mind, which is the bridge between the realms, they keep your mind stuck within this body. They keep you in physicality. They deveil you, the devil, the deveil. Thank you all for the support, people. If you do want to join the Academy, all the links will be posted below this video for the book, The Academy. Thank you all for the support, and have an amazing day. What is good, people? We're back with another video, and this is going to be talking about the connection between the micro and the macro. You know, you are the universe, everything is inside of you. So the first thing you need to understand is that the law of mentalism, we are a thought in the creator's mind, everything's being thought into existence. We have a spark of this mind, this same mind of the creator, and everything is a state of mind. Particles or atoms, whatever you want to call them, are a mental thing. They're a product of the mind. Everything's thought into existence. Thoughts influence everything. Thoughts are energetic effects which send out waves into the quantum field around you. And your consciousness is actually the universe experiencing itself, expressing itself, and viewing itself
So we are the creator, but viewing itself in separate bodies. And this is why they call the material world the world of illusions, because everything's separate here, but we all forget that we are all one. We've all been brainwashed to think we're all separate, but we're all one. We're all the same mind, the same consciousness, everything. So everything's created out of toroidal fields. God created the toroidal field. That's the only thing that exists because the atoms are toroidal fields. And it's the basis behind all creation, as you can see it in the owl's eyes. It creates the infinity symbol. And this is the apple. That apple is a toroidal field. And the toroidal field is made out of dielectricity, which is ether. Ether is black light, and this is counter space. This is another realm. This is what creates God to be omnipresent, to be everywhere at one place at all times. He is everywhere because ether is everywhere. Ether is infinite potential. It connects everything together, and that's what energy moves through. It moves through the ether, and that's black light. Everything is light, as it says in John 4:2. God is light. Everything's a vibrational state of light. So the torus field is made out of dielectricity, ether, black light, magnetism, which is white light, which is the center of the toroidal field. And magnetism radiates, it has no vibration. And then when white light splits, it turns into electricity, which is physical material, and that has a vibration. This is the Holy Trinity: the sun, the moon, and Saturn. Saturn, the god of materialism. If you've watched my videos on Saturn, you know that Saturn is crystallizing everything into physical matter. And that's why his old name was El. The ancients called him El. And this is why we get L electricity. This is where L electricity comes from. Because L electricity is only a product of the physical world, which is redshift, blueshift, Adam and Eve. And this is what creates the redshift, blueshift is what is a product of magnetism. When magnetism, white light splits, and this gives us vibration. And this what creates the toroidal field, which is the basis of all physical creation. The sine wave is created out of the magnetic wave and the electric wave. The electric wave is the blue wave, and the magnetic wave is the straight wave, which is radiation. This is vibration frequency. So the magnetic wave is straight, and then you have longitude and amplitude, which is depth, which is dimension. You see how the electric wave has depth and a dimension. This is why you get the cross. This is the cross of Earth. This is the symbol of Earth, of bondage, of physical matter, because it consists of magnetic wave and depth, which is electric wave. And this is where you get the sun cross or the earth cross, whatever you want to call it. It's the cross of physical matter, and the ancients knew this. This is why they used that symbol. Redshift, blueshift, which is the toroidal field, is the basis of all creation, physical creation. And this is why you have the police siren is red and blue. The Matrix movie, red pill, blue pill. You have red blood and blue blood in your body. The Democrat and Republic, the two parties, red and blue. Like your taps, on your taps, you have a red and blue tap. One's generative and one's destruction. Fire, destruction, water, generative. So this is the basis of all things. And electric wave has dimension, like I've already said, depth, material, and it's measured in hertz. It's measured in hertz because it hurts you. It decays because the electric wave has a vibration, and vibration always has to go back to a standstill point. This wave cannot go forever, but the magnetic wave will go forever. It's radiation. Magnetic is radiation. It radiates forever. It pulses. But the electric wave will at some point come back to a standstill point, and that's why it hurts. It decays. That's why our physical body decays, because we contain of electricity. This body is an electric body, and it will return back to stillness like a guitar string. If you vibrate a guitar string, you pull it, it will vibrate, make a sound, and then go back to a standstill point. It's the exact same with every single toroidal field within the body. It will decay, and this is why our bodies decay, and everything in creation decays. So we're born into sin. The sin of Eve. The sin of Eve is us biting into the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is the systems in the body. And the sin of Eve is biting into the sine wave. We bit into the sine wave. The sun moves in a sine wave. Our DNA is a sine wave. Time is a sine wave. Everything in this creation is a sine wave. This is why the dollar bill is a sine wave. magnetism and electric waves in one. And this is the sun doing its sine wave, which creates, when you go bowling, it kind of creates that pin that you hit over. That's the pin of the sun. The zodiac sign is a sine wave because the zodiac sign is an expression of the toroidal field, because magnetism unfolds into 12ness. And that's why you have 12 zodiac signs, 12 systems in your body, 12 cranial nerves in your head, in your brain. So if you can imagine this, see where my pointer is. Always starts with Aries. Aries is the head. It's the first thing that's created in the womb. And this is Aries, the ram. And this is why it's called a cerebrum in your brain, which is the first thing that creates when you're in the womb. And what's the element of Aries is fire. Fire is the first element. F-I-R, first, because it's the first thing on the wheel, the first expression of energy. As you can see here, my pointer, this is the center of the toroidal field. It would go Aries, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Then we go back to Libra. Libra would be center. But you see how the toroidal field is the expression of the 12 energies. That's what the constellations are, the energy expressions of the toroidal field. So it would go outwards, starting from Aries here, all the way back to Pisces, which is beyond the bottom half. But Libra would be the center. That's why Libra is the equinox. It's the equinox. Libra is when it goes from summer over to autumn. It's the equal. It starts to transition into the winter side. Equinox, equal, which is Libra. And that's why Libra has the two scales. It's symbolized with the two scales. That's because of, the sun moving over. It's being judged. It's equal now, but then it's going to tip over into the winter. That's why Libra is here, the center of the sine wave. And like I said before, magnetic energy unfolds into 12ness. Magnesium is number 12 on the periodic table. It's the sacred number. And this is why the scientists are NASA is trying to bring in another constellation to destroy the holy science of astrology. So Aries rules the head, which is Mars. Taurus rules the neck, the lower head. Gemini, the two twins, which is your lungs, your two twins, your arms, two twins. Cancer, the breasts, or the chest area. Leo, the heart, which is the sun, which is fire, the center of the toroidal field. Virgo, the belly, which is the intestines. Libra, the kidneys, the two scales, the kidneys, balancing out everything. Scorpio, the sex organs. Sagittarius, hips and thighs. Capricorn, I've missed that out, which is the kneecaps. Capricorn, kneecap. Aries, which is the ram, which is the cerebrum in your brain. And then Aquarius, the calves and the ankles. And the Pisces, the two fish, the 2 feet. So everything corresponds, as you can see here. This is an ancient way of depicting it, of the folded human. And this is everything. Each constellation rules that part of the body, gives energy to that part of the body, makes you do certain things. So magnetic energy unfolds into 12ness, electricity unfolds into 7s. That's why when you get electric, the light spectrum that we see, it consists of 7 colors. Why we have 7 planets. The 7 planets give us our 7 metals and the 7 solfeggio scale frequencies. So the rotor, this is the rotor. And rotor is an anagram for Torah, the Torah, which is I think it's the Hebrew Bible. Don't quote me on that, but it's one of the holy books, which is the Torah, the Taurus. Everything goes back to the Taurus field because it's the basis of all creation. So the chief cornerstone, it says in the Bible that the builders rejected the chief cornerstone. The chief cornerstone, you are the builder. You decided to incarnate into the physical world, into the electric world, the world of Saturn. When you are created in the womb, it takes you 9 months for you to be created. So for example, if you went into the womb here, it'd take you 9 months. So let's say you're born in Scorpio. So you'd go back 9 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You consist of all of these 9 energies because it takes 9 months or however long you took to be born. Some people are born earlier. You'd have to find out how many months you were in the womb for. But you consist of these 9 energies, and each constellation has a cell salt associated with it. And these cell salts are vital for your health. and your cells are the optimal health of your body. So the chief cornerstone that you rejected is these 3 cell salts, these 3 constellations. So you're mineral deficient in these 3 constellations. For example, fluoride, magnesium, phosphate, and potassium sulfate. So that's the chief cornerstone. And a cornerstone, people always get it rejected with the cornerstone. The cornerstone is not, it doesn't say the cornerstone in the Bible, it says the chief cornerstone. The cornerstone is a cornerstone of a building, but a chief cornerstone is the top of the pyramid. This is why we get the pyramid of the wheel. So you're mineral deficient in whatever 3 zodiac signs you're not. You were not in the womb for. This is the chief cornerstone you rejected. So the human body is the micro. It is the universe in a physical form. It consists of everything in the universe. Just like your consciousness is the universe watching itself, experiencing itself. Your body is the whole universe. 12 systems in the body, 12 zodiac signs, 7 chakras are the 7 planets. The Holy Trinity of you is your Temple of Solomon, the soul and the mind, the sun and the moon. You know, everything is in you. You consist of everything, all the energies, everything. Heaven and hell. Heaven and hell is a mind state. It's a state of the mind. Head, H-E-A, which is heaven, and the heel, the bottom of your foot, is hell. And the bottom of your foot is the soul. So they're basically saying, well, it's wordplay. They're saying that your soul is in hell because, you know, with the elites being in control. So they call the bottom of your foot the soul, trying to say that you're in hell. The Christ is in you. And this Christ is Greek for Christos. And Christos is Greek for the oil. And this oil is produced in the cerebrum, the Aries, the ram, the cerebrum, pineal. It goes down the pineal, well, the pineal and the pituitary are underneath the cerebrum. Goes down the pingala and the ida. The pingala being the positive charge connected to the pineal gland, pin, and the ida connected to the pituitary. And this is the 2 serpents going down the spinal column. And this is why Jesus goes from Nazareth to Bethlehem, and then Joseph and Mary are waiting for Jesus in Nazareth. Joseph and Mary are the pineal and the pituitary gland waiting for Jesus to come back up the River Jordan, your spinal column. So this is the oil. This is the story of Santa as well. Santa comes from the North Pole. Why? Because the North Pole of the Earth is the center of the toroidal field, and the North Pole of you is your spinal column, which is the North Pole of the toroidal field. The North Pole, he comes from the North Pole. This is the North Pole. This is the South Pole of the toroidal field. Comes from the North Pole, which is your mind. And he goes down the chimney and then back up the chimney. This is the chimney. And he drops off the present, which is the Christos, the oil. And this is why Jesus is crucified at 33, because he crosses over the vagus nerve at the top of your spine. When this oil comes back up the 33 vertebrae, these are your vertebrae here. When it goes up to the 33 vertebrae, it gets crucified at 33 because it crosses the vagus nerve, and he's crucified on a cross at 33. This is the story behind Jesus and Santa. The Ark of the Covenant in the Bible is the 2 hemispheres which cover the vital parts of your mind, the brain side, which is the cerebrum, the pineal, the pituitary, etc. So the 2 hemispheres are the 2 angels, the Ark of the Covenant. This is the Ark of the Covenant covering the 2 vital parts of your brain. So these are the optic thalamus is another part, and it protects the Christ oil, which is inside at the center of the brain. See, the Bible is all a massive metaphor about yourself, because you are the universe. You are a microcosm of the universe. Your consciousness is experiencing itself, and the universe experiencing, and your body is the whole universe. Your head's heaven. So Moses crosses the Red Sea. These are the 2 hemispheres of your brain. This is the corpus callosum, the Red Sea. So he's pretty much saying that he's uniting the 2 hemispheres of your brain, because most people in this generation are stuck in the left brain, which is just logic, reasoning, science and maths, writing. You know, this is what school teaches you to do. It keeps you stuck in your left brain. And you want to cross over to you want to cross the Red Sea, which is the corpus callosum, to the right brain, which is awareness, art awareness, creativity, imagination, intuition, insight. You know, using the higher mind, creativity, imagination. If you don't have intuition, then you can't read energy, you can't pick up on bad things. This is what Moses is symbolizing by crossing the Red Sea. And it's also the upper room where Jesus met the 12 disciples. 12 disciples are the 12 cranial nerves in your brain. It doesn't just represent the 12 zodiac signs. The 12 disciples symbolizes many different things. It's like I said, energy the universe consists of 12ness. So you have 12 cranial nerves in your brain, and that's the 12 disciples as well. And they want you stuck in your left brain, which is the five senses, materialism. So they say in the Bible that Satan blinds the mind. Satan is Saturn. If you've watched my videos, Satan is Saturn. And you consist of the Holy Trinity, which is the sun, moon, and earth. The soul, the moon, the soul being your sun, the solar, the moon being your mind, the earth, your physical body. And Satan blinds the mind. Why? Because we enter a soul system. This is a soul system, not a solar system. And Saturn is the Lord of the Rings, which is the outer ring. When your soul enters the soul system, your soul starts to materialize, it hits Saturn. Why? Because Saturn starts to materialize you. You take on the 7 virtues, which are the 7 planets, which are your 7 chakras. And to get out of this soul system, you must get out of your lower nature, your animal nature, which is lust, desire, greed. You know, the number of the beast, 666, which is Saturn, Satan. So you enter the soul system, you take on the 7 energies, which you turn into physical matter. And this is your descension from heaven to, well, to say hell. And then you must raise back up from matter to spirit. They say Satan blinds the mind. Why? Because your mind gets materialized, your soul and mind get materialized. And when you get materialized, it's an intense experience. You lose the divinity within you. You forget the divinity. So Satan, which is the first planet, the first energy you take on, the material body, he blinds the mind. He makes you forget everything, your divinity. Then you must remember, ascend up Jacob's ladder, the 33 vertebrae, to heaven. And this is a microcosm of the macro, because you will ascend back up to heaven if you do this, when you leave your physical body, when your body decays. So when it talks about in the Bible, completely destroy them, the Hittites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, all the ites, this is what God says to the Israelites. It says completely destroy them. It's basically symbolizing saying destroy your lower nature. The Canaanites, cannibals. We're under a Canaanite system now, which is cannibalism. And this is flesh eating, lust, greed, all the demonic stuff, all the lower vibrational stuff. You know, the lower nature, eating, sex, and survival, the lower 3 chakras. You must get out of these lower 3 chakras and return back to spirit, which is heaven, which is spirit, love, being holy, being truthful, being passionate. Going back to Satan blinding the mind, all of the planets are made out of these 3 symbols. Satan blinds the mind, and that's why Satan's symbol, this is the symbol for Saturn, Satan, this symbol for Saturn is the cross, which is physical matter, the earth, over the moon. The moon is your mind. So the Saturn symbol saying matter over mind. He blinds the mind. Satan blinds the mind once you enter the soul system. And you must remember, in the Bible it talks about the Genesis, which is Eve, the sin of Eve, which is biting of the tree of knowledge, with the serpent which wraps around the tree. It says the serpent placed himself on the tree. Well, the serpent is the spinal column. It's the serpent telling you eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is your nervous system. And eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil is doing bad things. For example, over-sexualized, overeating, eating the wrong food. That's eating from your nervous system. It's decaying you, and it's preventing you from achieving the God self, the God consciousness. This is the symbolism of, you know, the tree on the serpent, telling you to eat from the left brain, with the left brain being the sinister. Sinister is Latin for left. That's sin. Sin is left. And left is lefty Lucy, Lucifer, right, righteousness, right, God, godly. The tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is your nervous system, because it determines good or bad. You know, that's the only thing you experience in this world is your nervous system. And then the tree of life is the cardiovascular system, and the Garden of Eden is your body. So that's it for this video, people. Hope you've got a greater understanding of how you are the universe and everything is inside of you. Just keep in mind you are the universe experience in itself, and your body is a reflection of everything. The 12 constellations, the 7 planets, everything's inside of you. This world is an expression from the inside outwards. You can't affect the outside world to manipulate reality. Everything's inside of you. I hope you got a greater understanding of this. God bless.
How are we all doing, people? It's Revival of Wisdom from the Wisdom Academy. Today we're going to be breaking down God, consciousness, and the higher and the lower self, and how to overcome the lower self. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that you are the invisible intelligence within the brain, within the body. This invisible intelligence is known as the mind. But you are not the mind, you are the observer of the mind, which is the soul, the invisible entity. The mind is your intellect, your intelligence. Now, the mind is, it's hard to put this in words, but the mind is something that gives you the ability to explore the universe. And this inner self is the I am. It's the quiet, the inner self, the voice you see in you hear in your head. This is why within spells high twin, inside, internal. The I is also the number 1, which is one line. Because the one and only, is the inner self, which is the I am. This is why you say, my name is Harry. You are not Harry, you are the I, the inner self, the intelligence. Okay, this is why Jesus in French is I am. You look with the 2 eyes and you see with the inner eye. I and I, the same thing. Okay, because the I inside is what gives you the perception of what you're looking at. So when someone's trying to explain something and then you catch on saying, I see now, it's because you're seeing with your inner eye, the one that gives you perception, gives you intelligence, gives you the ability to understand things. This is the internal I, the invisible self, which the physical body is nowhere near as complicated as this inner self. Is in infinite potential. God, G-O-D, generator, operator, destroyer, soul, mind, and body. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. They're all the reason why you see God is always a triad is because it represents yourself. Your invisible intelligence is God. Me and you are the same invisible intelligence. We are the invisible intelligence experiencing the program being ran by the central nervous system and the brain. I always say this in my videos, but I have to, in order for you to understand the things that I'm going to say later on in the video, you need to understand this concept. Is that you are the consciousness experiencing the nervous system, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which is you here. You would be in this invisible intelligence right here in the center of the brain. Now, this is why the ancient Christians show God is in the brain. This is the brain stem. This is the brain. This is also the brain stem and the brain. the brainstem and the brain. It's all depictions of the brain, because the brain's the computer, the electromagnetic computer, which decodes the demands created by the invisible intelligence, the I, the inner self, you, your true self. The person if you observe what someone moving, this is going to sound, but if you observe someone walking, it's not the body. The body is moving, but the thing telling it to move is the invisible intelligence. Before you kick a football, a decision is made within your invisible intelligence, your mind. And this consciousness, this invisible intelligence, is either stuck between the lower self and the higher self. Okay? When the invisible intelligence, meaning the true self, identifies itself with the physical body, it will trap its mind within physicality. This consciousness that we have is either operating in the lower self or the higher self. It's either feeding the material body or it's feeding the spirit. Okay? But because we are physical and spiritual, we need to be even. We don't want to be meditating all day long, because we do have a physical body as well whilst we are here. We are playing a game in physical matter. Okay? Now, the reason that you incarnated here is to learn a lesson, because the mind can manifest anything it wants within the astral planes, within the world of imagination. It can manifest anything it likes, but it incarnates into matter, into this game, so we can understand labor, because anything in matter you have to labor to manifest. But in the astral, you can manifest at the click of a finger. You come here to learn the knowledge of good and evil. And your consciousness, I came out a bit off topic there, but your consciousness is experiencing the lower or higher self. The lower self is manifested in the lower parts of the body. Sex, food, and power, the lower three energy centers. These centers are like mini brains. You are literally thinking with these centers. And when your mind is stuck within these lower centers, you'll think, have you ever heard the term of thinking with your penis, or thinking with your, as a man? Even females maybe, but mainly this is a boy saying, you're thinking with your penis. This is a truth, it's truth in plain sight. You think with these energy centers. When you're living off the lower three centers, all you care about is sex, food, and power. Eating, sleeping, and greed. Power's kind of like greed. Now, when we move up to the higher parts of the body, when we live our life within the higher parts of the body, this is considered heaven. Love, expression, intuition, and wisdom. This is what we need to be aiming to do, moving out of the lower half of the body and living our life within the higher self, the higher parts of the body, thinking with the higher energy centers, thinking with love, expression, intuition, and wisdom, spreading love, expression, intuition, and wisdom to others. Heaven is even. This is why Jesus is pointing at the heart chakra, always pointing at the heart. Earth rearranged his heart, because in earth you're manifested as a physical being. You're in the heart, good and bad. You need to be balanced between the good and bad. Because love can be a demon too. That's a whole nother video, but love can be a demon. Now, the seven chakras are known as the seven seals in the Bible. When the Lamb opened the seventh seal, there was silence in the heaven for about half an hour. This is a verse from the Bible. The Lamb is Aries, which is the higher brain, the cerebrum, Ram, Aries. Because when the Ram opens the seven seals, you enter the kingdom of heaven. Because these chakras seal your invisible intelligence. They seal your true self. You are behind these seven seals, your true invisible self, your true consciousness. Because behind these seven seals, you do not think about anything materialistic. Your intelligence is not material. It's not physical. It's not from the physical world. It does not desire the physical world. The body is the beast. The body's the animal, the lower self, which can corrupt our intelligence. It can corrupt the intelligence. Okay? Now, we need to balance these chakras so that we gain a deeper connection between this intelligence and the brain. Because when there's a strong connection between the brain and the intelligence, your body and the intelligence, you have a strong connection. Therefore, you can manifest what the intelligence is saying at all times. Meaning, when, for example, your higher self, this is intelligence, the higher intelligence is always speaking to you. It's always guiding you. It's always telling you the right thing to do. You can feel it when you're doing something wrong. You can feel that you're doing something wrong, because this higher self, this intelligence knows what it needs to do here. And when there's no connection between the body and this our intelligence, our true self, when we strip away, when you close your eyes for long periods of time, you will figure out you are this invisible, infinite, creative being. There's no words that I can't describe what it is, but it's the voice inside of your head that you can feel when you close your eyes. You are this being inside of the head, heaven, because this is heaven, this intelligence. And when there's a strong connection between the body, you can manifest everything it's saying. When everything is balanced, when you're no longer thinking with the lower centers, when they're all balanced, you're not thinking in particular with every center, you balance them all, you can manifest everything it says. Your body will act out what the intelligence is always saying. This is God in the brain, the intelligence, trying to touch Adam, representing the lower self. This is why they're not touching. Notice how Adam is resting, but the intelligence is always reaching out, stretching, symbolizing metaphorically saying it's guiding. I'm always reaching out. The intelligence, your intelligence is always guiding you. It's always reaching out to you. But Adam is ignorant of it. The lower self is ignorant of it. And that's why he's so relaxed and God is so stretching out. Because at our highest self, that when you think of when you want to better your life, that highest true version of yourself is God. When you're manifesting this, your highest self, this is God. Your truest form, your most perfect form, that is God. Your highest version of yourself, that is God. Emotions are not what you've been taught. Emotions are not something that should be reactive, okay? You should not let the emotion be you, except that you should experience them instead of letting them become you. You need to understand there's a separation in our consciousness. You have the soul, which is the person who is observing your thoughts. When you think a thought, who's the one observing that thought? The soul, you, the I am. The I, the inner self, the one and only. And inside of every single body, inside of me, inside of you watching this video, there is this same intelligence that is inside of me, inside of you. And it's the exact same intelligence, experiencing a different body. And this is what we mean by the universe is mental. We are all sharing the same ball of consciousness in a different body. The animals, the fish, the cells, all expressing this one consciousness. Me and you are the same. This is why the golden rule is treat others like others should be treated, because I am you and you are me in a different body. Now, going back, you need to identify that there's different levels of consciousness: soul, mind, emotion, and body. Okay? Your emotions are on a separate layer than the body, the mind, and the soul. So when you identify there's a difference between all of these, you do not let them become you. You do not let your mind rule you, because your mind can be corrupted. Your soul is the one that is pure good, pure love, but your mind can be corrupted. Okay? Your emotions can be corrupted. The body can be corrupted, but the soul can never be corrupted, only layered on top. You can only throw piles of programs within the subconscious, layering the soul down, but deep down inside of every single one of you, there is a loving being. Because the love comes from the heart. Love is the universal emotion, expression. Now, your thoughts can become bondage, your emotions can become bondage. Now, what do I mean by bondage? By conquering the lower self, we need to conquer our own mind, because the mind is what's manifesting the lower self. When you're thinking with the lower half of the body, when you're becoming your emotions, you need to experience the emotion, not become the emotion. Do not let the emotion become you. Do not let your thoughts become you, because your thoughts are tools that you can manifest. Your thoughts are the idea. Your emotion is the energy that you can use to manifest that thought. Your emotion is energy in motion, emotion. You use emotion to manifest, to feel as if you already have the thought. Therefore, you become that vibration. Therefore, your emotions are actually a creational force that is given to you to manifest things, because you're a human, a manifester. You're here to manifest things. You're a creator. You are a god. Your inner self, your intelligence, your I am, the one and only inside of you, the inner self, the quiet one, the one that's